Yes, sir.
Steve, what do we do about the press? I mean, the Wall Street Journal reporters get up in the morning, sell Apple short, and then go write stories about us. And it's clear that it's a perception versus reality problem.
Yeah.
They don't know shit about operating systems. They don't know anything about tools. They don't know what's going on in the future. They don't know that we're building icebergs, and you build them from the bottom up.
Sure. You know, I'm sure that a lot of you have had this experience where you're changing, you're growing as a person, and people tend to treat you like you were 18 months ago. And it's really frustrating sometimes when you're growing up and you're becoming more capable and you've solved, maybe you had some personality quirks you've kind of gotten over, whatever it may be. And people still treat you like you were a year to 18 months ago. It can be very frustrating. Well, it's the same with a company. It's the same with the press. The press is going to have a lag time. And the best thing that we can do about the press is to embrace them, do the best we can to educate them about the strategy, but to keep our eye on the prize, and that is turning out some great products, communicating directly with our customers as best we can, getting the community of people that are going to make this stuff successful like yourselves in the loop so you know everything, and just marching forward one foot in front of the other. And the press will take care of it. It's like the stock price. The press and the stock price will take care of themselves. By the end of this year, it's going to look quite different. And when you get, I'm like an old man now in this industry, and I've seen the ups and downs, and when you see enough of them, you know that's going to happen. So when you get up in the morning and the press is selling Apple short, go out and buy some shares. That's what I would do. That's what I have done.
Wow, this same sentiment could be said today about Bitcoin today. We'll talk about this in just a second. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Aaron. This is Altcoin Daily. Of course, the reason you subscribe to our channel is for our daily videos, keeping you informed on everything that goes on with Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, the whole market, analysis, news, perspective. Let's jump right into today's video. Do me a favor, if you appreciate videos like this, if you want to support the channel, take 2 seconds to like the video. Let's talk about what we just saw. So, the media back then was creating all this fear, all this uncertainty and doubt. This was 1997. And if you had taken Steve Jobs' advice back then, if you had listened to him speak, if you had taken his advice, let's say if you would have invested 100 shares of Apple stock back then, the price for one Apple stock was about $1,600, and you had held onto that stock and you had cashed out today, well, your stock would have been worth about almost $500,000, and that would have been a 300 times gains. Now, of course, there is a little correlation between Apple stock and Bitcoin. I get that. But my point is this. The media wasn't doing us any favors back then, and this is just like today. So do your own research, form your own investment thesis as to why maybe you think Bitcoin is a good investment, and then stick to that thesis. Ignore the FUD from the media. Now, as you know, if you've been subscribed to us for a while, I personally think Bitcoin has a lot of room to grow. I share with you those fundamental thoughts all the time. And that being said, let's jump right in. Bitcoin's difficulty has now reached an all-time high. We'll talk about what this means, but this is a very strong technical fundamental indicator. So first of all, miner margins have increased with the Bitcoin price, and it looks like they are reinvesting those increased margins into more hardware. This causes the Bitcoin difficulty to go up. This causes the hash rate to go up. Of course, the next question is, well, Bitcoin mining difficulty hits an all-time high. Is the price next? Let's talk about that. So, Bitcoin reaching a new mining difficulty all-time high means that the network is now more secure than it has ever been. Difficulty, of course, refers to the ease in which miners solve the cryptographic equations required to mine a new block on the network. Furthermore, the new difficulty all-time high also dispels the FUD that was being created in 2018 when the media was, all these reports on a mining death spiral causing Bitcoin to fail. That didn't happen. In fact, we bounced back. Now we're at a greater point than ever before. And also, as I mentioned, as reported on Thursday, the network hash rate is also very close to its all-time high. So such impressive network numbers means an increased activity on the network. So with price and technical fundamentals moving in the same trajectory, more big money players might be incentivized to buy Bitcoin, further driving up its value. definite possibility. And I liked what Bitcoin Permabull Max Kaiser tweeted out the other day. He says, as bigger players try to make their move, hash rate goes up, security goes up, the strength of the network goes up, and the price goes up. So $100,000 per Bitcoin, here we come. Now, we're not there yet, so let's take a quick look at the price and what has gone on for the past couple days. So yesterday, of course, you probably already know, Bitcoin rallied up very quickly to $9,100. Then we almost immediately dipped back down 1,000 points to $8,000. And what I like to see is, looks like hour by hour, people have been buying this dip. Bitcoin's price has been steadily going up. Right now, Bitcoin's price is at $8,500 almost. Now, I don't know if it's going to go up tomorrow or down tomorrow. As you know, I've been cost averaging for the past few months. I think overall, in the long term, Bitcoin's price is going to go up. But this dip, this $1,000 dip that we had yesterday, it is nothing to fear. And I want to remind you that even in the most bullish of bull markets, let's take 2015 to 2016 to 2017, where Bitcoin's price rallied from less than $1,000 all the way to almost $20,000. Even in a bullish market like this, we would often see 100, 200, 300% Bitcoin price increases, followed by 20, 30, 40, 50, 60% price decreases. And we saw this time and time again. Of course, I'm referring to something that Bob Loukas mentioned on his channel about a week ago. If you're not subscribed to Bob Loukas, I definitely think that he is a valuable resource and trader in this space. His expertise is market cycles. We've talked about him plenty of times before. But he provides excellent perspective, and I wanted to pass that on to you, that this $1,000 dip is nothing, and we're going to see much more action like this in the bull market that is to come. Let's talk about institutions coming into this space. So the headline is this: Wall Street Bitcoin FOMO, Greyscale is gobbling up 21% of the newly mined Bitcoin. So with the upcoming Bitcoin halving, it's going to cut the supply of Bitcoin down by half. Institutions such as Greyscale are FOMOing Bitcoin like never before. Greyscale has bought more than 11,000 Bitcoins in April of 2019. And with 54,000 Bitcoins being mined per month, that's going to change after the next halving. The largest cryptocurrency asset manager, Greyscale, is buying up. They bought up 21% of the Bitcoin supply last month in April. Now, I personally think a possible theory as to why the price of Bitcoin has been going up so much in the past few months is, we've been hearing all this talk about, well, first of all, we know that certain institutions like Fidelity, they are dipping their toes into buying Bitcoin, and we have Bakkt, we have Coinbase. A lot of people and Square are offering Bitcoin to their clients, or are going to this year or the coming year. Not only that, we see all these other institutions who you can tell are kind of, they're going to do the same thing in the coming years. So the one possible theory as to why the price has been rallying up so much is people trying to get in before these institutions. They see headlines like this. They recognize that certain institutions are already buying Bitcoin. They recognize the halving is coming up. The supply is going to be cut in half. Maybe they recognize just psychologically that Bitcoin under 10,000 might be a good price. Bitcoin close to 5,000 might be a good price. And that is a possible reason as to why the price has been going up. Perhaps this is real volume and real buying. And this leads us to our final tab. Where are we in this market? We've gone parabolic in the past few weeks. Are we in a mini euphoria stage, or are we in disbelief? In the back of my mind, I'm always thinking, oh, well, this is a sucker's rally. I'm going to wait till the dip. Or maybe we're in hope. A recovery is possible. We just don't know. Of course, the real sucker is whoever thinks that this is exactly how the market is going to look. But it is a good resource because, in essence, all markets are the same when it comes to psychology. So let me know in the comments where you think we are in this market. Let me know if you think we're in disbelief, depression, anger, hope, optimism, euphoria. And of course, let me know your strategy. I'm cost averaging right now. I was cost averaging a lot right here. I bought again at 7,200. And let me know if you're buying. Let me know if you're selling. All right, guys. Great video today. Hope you got value. My name is Aaron. This is Altcoin Daily. See you tomorrow.